Tell me how, I got nothing to say. Tell me why my tombstone is blank. 'Cause I'm not the one who won't try. I'm not letting life pass me by. Tell me when the days are less gray. Tell me where is the road to less pain. How many days before I decay? It's getting so hard to get by. Where are all my trophies in life? And he hated the way he was dying, but the moment he turned on the light, he became what he dreamt of at night when he was young and hungry for life.
Set to sail to a place I can't say. Live a life worthy of chase. The time is today. New blood in my veins. I won't be the joker in life, playing the part I don't like. And he hated the way he was dying, but the moment he turned on the light, he became what he dreamt of at night when he was young and hungry for life. And he hated the way he was dying, but the moment he turned on the light, he became what he dreamt of at night when he was young and hungry for life. Yeah.
And he hated the way he was dying, but the moment he turned on the light, he became what he dreamt of at night when he was young and hungry for life. 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 Young and hungry for life.
You said forever with a crooked smile. Promises fading after a while. Every word like a loaded dice. Every truth came wrapped in lies. I kept believing what you sold. Turned my heart into your home. But every crack inside these walls shows the truth behind it all. I tried to fix what you denied, but truth can't live where secrets hide. I lies. Let it burn into the night. No more tears, no more disguise. I'm done living in your house of lies. Brick by brick it fades away. Nothing left for me to stay. Watch it crumble in my eyes. Goodbye to your house of lies. I'm walking out your house of lies. Let it burn into the night. No more tears, no more disguise. I'm done living in your house of lies. Brick by brick it fades away. Nothing left for me to stay. Watch it crumble in my eyes. Goodbye to your house of lies.
Oh my goodness! Did you miss me? If the answer is no, get out! What happened since I've been gone, man? What happened? The Braves own the best record in baseball. Tony Khan is getting slaughtered online by my guy Nick Lopiccolo. The New Day got released. And Dave Meltzer's a lunatic. Anything else I missed? Oh, and the gingerbread man. They ended the gingerbread man on Friday. I saw that. We got Monday Night Raw tonight. The go-home show for Backlash. Did it deliver? Or was it boring? It was all right. I feel like there's a rant somewhere tonight. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I got my cold beverage. I'm back. Now the community could go back to being second best. When I get to the venue on this Monday night, I want to know, loud and proud, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there. isn't about errors. It also isn't about excuses. WWE has failed creatively. AEW has failed fundamentally. So why did Triple H lose the plot? Why did Tony Khan abandon everything that made AEW special? Because nobody is committed to the one thing that actually matters. Long-term booking. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for May 4th, 2026. I'm your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS venue inside my mother's basement. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Monday evening, wherever you may be. May the 4th be with you. Monday night Raw, man. Super exciting show tonight. You know, it's the go-home show for Backlash. You know, that show on Saturday night that has only 5 matches. And a scheduled John Cena appearance so that he could swindle everybody into signing up for Club WWE, where it's probably going to cost you even more money for what they call perks. They're touting this as a major announcement. Wasn't a bad show, wasn't an overly good show tonight. WWE did their best to forward what they got going into Saturday's Backlash PLE in Tampa, Florida. Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns was made official tonight for the World Heavyweight Championship. Their contract was signed. They are running with the same narrative that we've gotten the last 2 weeks. Now with the inclusion of the Tongan death grip. No Usos. Apparently they're letting Roman Reigns do this all on his own. You would think, even though they said the tribal chief wants to handle this on his own, you would think that with the commentary team putting the Tongan death grip over as a maneuver that could legitimately kill a human being, that when Jacob Fatu now gets it on Roman Reigns 2 weeks in a row, that they would be out there to save Roman's life. Either something's going on with the Usos and they're turning on Roman, because let's be real, he never apologized, or WWE's writing team is just one big logic gap. More of the same there, nothing new. There was no new dialogue. It was basically all of the same dialogue that we've gotten from both Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns in the last 2 weeks. If you guys wanted anything groundbreaking for a contract signing or anything added on top of the layers that we were given already as far as narrative between Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns, there was basically zero that they did tonight to add to anything that the title match will be on Saturday night. Oba Femi had his open challenge tonight. You know, the very, very, very just super creative open challenge gimmick that WWE has now run every week since September, October. Every week. Tony Khan even wanted to jump in on the party with open challenges, man. You never know when they're going to show up over there. But they got a World Heavyweight Champion now in Darby Allin that's doing open challenges for the AEW World Championship, as he's treating the AEW World Championship like the National Championship. International Championship. It's crazy. You would think that they would have more respect for the AEW World Championship than random open challenges against people that don't really deserve a championship match. But I'm not booking the show. The open challenge gimmick needs to die in a fire. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I'm going to start with this, being that this is everybody's high point of the night, I'm sure, because you're all a bunch of trained animals. You do and say what your trainer asks of you, sit, good boy. There you go. Here's a little treat. There you go, the little baby. Here's a little treat for you. Thank you for being a good little boy. The Oba Femi Open Challenge. Not only is it a tired gimmick, but a ridiculous one for one Oba Femi. We all knew exactly what it would deteriorate into. It didn't really take them long to show us what they're going to do with this said open challenge. You might as well just trot out Sheamus and get it over with, please. Seriously, if Sheamus is ready to come back and he's going to be slotted into this fucking slop that they're giving us, just give me Sheamus already and get the match over with. Or how about this? How about Sheamus is a veteran of 20 plus years and he wants to try his hand at the new, really, really hyped up big deal rookie in Oba Femi? I don't know, maybe build a story around it or something along those lines, or is that too difficult for WWE to do nowadays? The Oba Femi Open Challenge began tonight. Has begun. And the first order of business was Tozawa. And then it wasn't Tozawa. WWE trolled us. Because you know well they wanted to give us Tozawa. Even they thought that was ridiculous. And then he tags into Otis. Big Otis stepped up to Oba Femi and answered the open challenge on week 1. Was it entertaining? Sure. It's always great to see Oba Femi, who's... How tall is Oba Femi, chat? 6'9", 6'8", 6'9", maybe 7 feet, closer to 7 feet. It's always impressive to see someone the likes of Oba Femi get in there and throw someone around the size of Otis. I mean, he's a fucking boulder. He's the shape of a fucking boulder. He's as big as a bus. What did Vince McMahon used to call him? The oak tree Otis? Was it entertaining? Was it impressive? Sure. Oba Femi's in there throwing Otis around, and he's delivering a big fall from grace to Otis. 1, 2, 3. Literally 2 minutes, if that. And Oba Femi gets a very decisive, impressive victory over Otis. Or is it impressive? It might be impressive to some of the fucking geeks out there. Wasn't really impressive to me. He's 6'7". Okay. I thought he was bigger than that. He looks bigger than that, but there you go. I was close. 6'8". Some people might have thought this was impressive. I didn't really think it was impressive at all. Winning, anyway. You know, him throwing Otis around is always, with someone the likes of Otis, is always fun. But here's my problem with it, chat, and you guys can chime in, too, if you agree or disagree. I don't really give a shit. You know, the fact that WWE is so lost creatively that this is the best they got for Oba Femi. You know, I made two clips of this for my social media. I made one for Instagram and I made one for TikTok. They both garnered close to 60,000 views because I think a lot of people feel the same way. It's fucking boring. It's boring. The open challenge needs to fucking die in a fire. I am not here for fun. If Triple H was smashing home runs like Matt Olson every fucking week, then I'd be more prone and more open to having fun. I'm not having fun. How can I have fun when I've been served open challenges every single week since fucking September? Additionally, most of the audience, they're given and they accept. Triple H, WWE, TKO, they serve you fucking wet shit on a silver platter. You're there with your fucking spoons waiting to fucking slurp that shit up. It doesn't matter what it is. Oh, look! Otis, he just got thrown halfway across the ring, which really wasn't halfway across the ring. He just got launched, Dad. Dad, look. Oba Femi. You guys are so easily amused, man. You're so easily amused. I'm not. Just a little, a dash, a little pinch of salt in my pasta sauce, a little pinch of pepper, garlic, Parmesan, oregano, basil, whatever you want to throw in there, man. It all mix it up. It all sounds good. It all tastes good. A little dash of creativity is all I ask. A lot of the audience, a lot of social media, oh, that was great. Oh, that's fun. Oh, this is that. That was entertaining, JD. You know you liked it. Motherfucker, if I liked it, I would have said so. It's boring. If I thought it was good, I would have said so. It's boring. If I was entertained, I would have said so. It was boring. Like I asked last week, what the fuck did it accomplish? Does anybody have any critical thinking? Does anybody think logically? It's like we're moving backwards and you're okay with not advancing. It's like you get to a certain level and you get there through hard work and you just force your way through and push through. And the company is physically showing you that they're moving backwards and you're okay with it. We all know it's a waiting period. We all know that this is just slop handed to him so that they can waste our time every week, so we can pretend to be entertained, so we can, stroke the egos of these suits and these ties and Levesque and everybody else back there. Look, the dumb audience liked it. I don't want to be a part of the dumb audience. What did it accomplish? What did it accomplish? It accomplished, A, WWE is now stretching out Oba Femi's entrance a little bit longer every week. There's a long pause before we get that big sound effect in the darkness, and then they hit his theme music, and they're now waiting for people to start chanting Oba and start barking for Oba before they even get to his entrance. Bro, his entrance has now been extended by at least 30 seconds, week over week. They're aura farming Oba Femi. That's what it has become. That's why they want him on the show. That's why they want him every Monday night. And when you do something more than you really need to, it's going to lose its luster. It's going to lose its appeal. I don't want to say I'm already in the camp of Oba losing his appeal already, but if you see Oba every single week, you're going to feel that same way. That's number one. Number two, and this is why I'm so confused as to why there's so many fucking idiots out there that don't think along the same wavelengths I am. Everybody's just here for a fucking good time. They don't give a shit if it's good, bad, up, down, left, right. How do you want me to be impressed with Otis and Oba on Monday and Otis getting demolished by Oba Femi? How do you want me to be impressed with that? What's impressive about that, chat? What happened 2 weeks ago? Or did everybody forget? Did they sleep their way through WrestleMania? Maybe you did. I mean, it was a fucking terrible night one. Maybe you didn't wake up for night two because night one was so fucking boring. Did you think WrestleMania 42 night two was a mirage? Or did you watch the same match I did at 6:05 p.m. on Sunday night? Which was it? Who did he wrestle? Who? Brock Lesnar. Oh, okay. Are you sure about that? Are you sure he wrestled Brock Lesnar? Do you care, fellow geek in the back of the venue? Do you care to tell me how that match went down? Oh, 4 minutes and 45 seconds exact. 4 minutes and 45 seconds exact. I mean, this guy has the match time down to a fucking millisecond. How else did that match end? Oh, a fall from grace. A fall from grace on Brock Lesnar, man. 20-year veteran, one of the best combat athletes, if not the best combat athlete in the history of WWE. Maybe ever. Fall from grace, you say, in 4 minutes and 45 seconds. At WrestleMania, in the open of night 2. A decisive W, you said. What? Lesnar retired? Oh, man. You just keep adding on, right? Right? How the fuck am I supposed to be impressed with him beating Otis in 2 fucking minutes when he did all this to Brock Lesnar on night 2 of WrestleMania? Everything they do from this point on is a fucking downgrade. It's like you showing up to the red carpet with Sydney Sweeney under your fucking arm, and then the next week, yeah, man, I dumped her, and then the next thing you know, you're seen with some one-eyed fucking gremlin who's 376 pounds. You fucking kidding me? Oh boy, look at this geek in the chat. Fiji in the chat. Maybe we should send you back there, you fucking geek. Oh, you act like Batista wasn't facing Simon Dean after beating Triple H. That's the problem. You're telling me what I'm complaining about is not deemed complaining about, yet you want to cite something else that fucking sucked. No, but I'm not supposed to complain because I was easily entertained, man. I loved Oba throwing Otis around. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You fucking kidding me? The fuck is wrong with you people, man? Does nobody want quality anymore? Does nobody want some thought? Creativity. It's gonna be one of those things where they're gonna try. I don't know who's after Otis. Who else is in a role in WWE that can be sent out there as a enhancement talent and get squashed by Oba Femi in 90 seconds? Who else is going to answer the call? You know you're going to get Omos. Sheamus is almost a certainty at this point because there's nobody else. It would be deemed a good way to make him return to the company. See, that's a solid win. That's a solid win. What the fuck has Otis done in the last 6 months that I care about Otis? A little thought goes a long way. I am not easily amused. You may be. I just find this to be a huge step backwards. And WWE is clueless on how to book Oba Femi. He's great. I love it. I love him. I think he's fucking great. But this is the problem you run into when you put so much effort into a guy like this who doesn't look like anybody else on the roster. WWE is booking themselves into a fucking mess, and they're going to waste our time until they deem him ready for Roman Reigns. I don't know why he's not mixing it up for the Intercontinental Championship. I really don't. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You almost have to give him the World Championship if this is the direction that you're taking him in. How long do you think you can keep this up? We got Gunther on SmackDown. He's already fucking choking out Cody Rhodes for whatever fucking reason. It's like they don't know what to fucking do with him either. CM Punk is more than likely moving over to Friday night. He's teaming with fucking Danhausen more than likely at Backlash against The Miz and Kit Wilson. Believe that. Roman and Seth, Roman and Braun. What are you going to do when Oba eventually wins the championship? Is that when he's going to become humanized? Just a weird way to go about things, man. I feel like WWE is doing everything backwards now. Other than that, it was a solid Raw. We got some decent build for Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. I really liked what they did on tonight's show. I'm very excited to see what they produce at Backlash. IYO and Asuka had a very good sit-down segment. We definitely need to see more of that. Not just with them, but in general. They got that match all taken care of for Backlash. Very excited to see that as well. There is a rumor going around that Kairi Sane may reemerge on Saturday night. We're going to go over that. IC title program, that mid-card on Raw, heating up. Javon Evans, Ethan Page, Penta, Rusev. I like what's going on there. And outside that, really nothing else to dive into on Monday night. We're going to try our best to round this up and give you guys the review that you need right here on Monday night. This is your Monday Night Raw review. It is May 4th, 2026. Thank you guys very much for joining me here on this Monday night. I'm very happy to be back with you guys, man. It is kind of a mind fuck when I'm not here to work. I was told to very much take a break. I was NDA'd, as the good doctor will say. Not doing anything. I've been away since Wednesday. I didn't go live for Dynamite. I haven't uploaded since we talked about the Sol Ruca AI slop situation on NXT last Tuesday. Largely took a break from social media. I needed to rest my voice, man. I was very overworked. So I was told to step away for a little bit. I wasn't live for Friday. Took a little bit of vacation. Came back today. Slept off the jet lag. Maybe. I'm still very tired. And we'll be back at it this week, man. The work is going to resume. We're live tonight. We got a big Tuesday because we got Coach and the 2 count on Tuesday morning. And then, boy, oh boy, man, we got a lot to talk about on Tuesday Night Titans with the Solid Monster. Holy shit. TNT tomorrow is going to be the place to be. So big Tuesday. Jesse and I will be live for Dynamite on Wednesday. Unfortunately, it's a 3-hour Dynamite. I don't know why they think we need more Dynamite. And then Backlash is on Saturday, so we got a loaded week. So thank you guys very much for waiting for my return. Happy to be back. I miss it. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. It's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys go and leave a comment as well. Helps us out tremendously on top of leaving a thumbs up. Super chats are open. Get them on in. It's the best way to support the show. I want to thank all my new followers on TikTok and Instagram. I largely stayed away from Instagram because I thought the algorithm was just shit. But I've consistently uploaded some clips over there from the streams this past week. Man, we gained a cool 700 followers or so. So I'm happy to see that, man. So if you guys are over there and don't know I am over there, follow me at JD from NY206. We got some more clips coming this week. I'm assuming I'll clip some of that Oba Femi stuff for the socials. So go over there, check that out. We're going to be doing that a little bit more. I do feel like it's helping out the growth of the channel itself. Tonight, we are sponsored by Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Blue Chew Gold. Buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold and get the third one for free using that code JD at checkout. And again, like I said, super chats are open. Best way to support the show. We'll hang out at the end of the show. Any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, opinions, jokes, whatever you have, we will be here. You know, I was away, and every time I tend to leave the comfort of my office, something happens. Somebody gets released, somebody gets hurt. There's a major angle that takes place on TV that I haven't seen yet until I got back. I remember the one time I went to Florida for a family vacation and Toni Storm got released from WWE. Right in the middle of my vacation. I'm like, of course she got released. Of course she got released. Came back and everybody was waiting with bated breath because they knew I loved and still love Toni Storm. This week I go away and I'm on vacation. It's the middle of the afternoon. And all of a sudden, I get a notification on my phone, and it was one of shock. I legitimately, in a crowded group of people, yelled, "What the fuck?" Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston of The New Day released. Not really released, but gone from WWE. Nobody knew what was going on the day of the news when it broke, with Xavier and Kofi being looked at as two guys that a lot of people thought were going to be lifers in WWE. Lifers. Kofi's been there for as long as I can remember. And Xavier Woods is the quintessential PR guy that you want for your company. He's always so eloquent. He's so well-spoken. He fits into a genre outside of pro wrestling that is so immensely popular in the world of video games. They tasked him with running Up, Up, Down, Down, which in itself is a YouTube channel that has garnered millions and millions and millions of views with almost, 3 million subscribers? They asked him to do that. He's run that channel since its inception because he was the guy. Next thing you know, they're neither one of them are with the company. Both gone. Walked. And everybody wanted to know why. Well, we now know why. We certainly now know why. A lot of people thought that they were outright released like everybody else. WWE released 24 different people from the main roster to Office to NXT. And a lot of people thought that they had released The New Day, which I wouldn't be surprised if that was the actual news, but that's not what happened. It eventually came to light that The New Day was asked to restructure their TKO deals. They were asked to take a pay cut. Asked to take a pay cut after signing new 5-year deals in 2025. They were only a year in to their new multi-year contracts. And then they got asked, well, you know what? I think we want you to take a pay cut. I don't know what you guys would have done if you were in the shoes of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, but I think if they came to me after offering me my contract of 5 years with the money that was on that piece of paper and I signed it, and then asked me, well, you know, we can't pay you that. We need you to restructure your deal and take a pay cut. I probably would have told them to fuck off as well. That's fucking ridiculous. According to Brian Alvarez, the deals were not up. WWE asked them to restructure the TKO contract, and when they declined, they were granted their release. They now have 90 days and will be paid their downside guarantee, whatever that may be, for the 90 days. Just in time for All In, huh? Another group of guys just in time for All In to walk right in to AEW. Per Alvarez writing to the Observer subscribers, the situation played out as a contract negotiation rather than a typical expiration. We can also confirm that in this case of the New Day, it was their decision to leave based on what TKO was offering for a new deal. To be specific, the New Day's deals were not up. They were asked to restructure their TKO deals. They didn't like the new deal, and they were granted their release. Alvarez also confirmed that both Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods are under 90-day non-compete clauses, which is standard for WWE main roster releases. That window would extend through approximately late July 2026 before either could begin appearing for another major promotion. Now, the new information adds context to the wave of WWE departures that has accelerated since the TKO group has taken over WWE and merging WWE and UFC together. Per Fightful Select, both Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods had signed multi-year contract extensions in October of 2025, with Kingston reportedly signed through 2030. The fact that they were asked to restructure those deals less than a year later and chose to walk rather than agree to significantly lower new deals, can anybody blame them? Kingston has been with WWE since 2006. Is a former WWE champion, four-time Intercontinental champion, the first African-born world champion in WWE history. Woods, he joined WWE in 2010 after a stint in TNA as Consequences Creed and is a former King of the Ring winner. One would expect that they would be welcomed with open arms no matter where they go. They are 13-time tag team champions as member of the New Day with Big E. Big E has since been retired from in-ring competition since suffering a broken neck in March of 2022. Both the day of the release did not say a single thing about their release. They didn't say anything this weekend either. They waited to right before Monday Night Raw to actually say what they needed to say. And I'm going to read you both their statements right here. Xavier Woods says, for the past 16 years, WWE's been my home. It's where I grew up, found myself, failed, learned, and got to live out things the younger version of me could only dream about. When I first walked into FCW, I wanted a chance to prove I belonged and to bring something different to professional wrestling. That chance became a life full of moments I'll carry with me forever. WrestleMania, championships, King of the Ring, arenas around the world, and the gift of connecting with all of you being myself. The New Day gave me a bond with Kofi Kingston and Big E that I'll cherish for life. You believed in us, even when our ideas were wild. And because of that, we got to show people that being unapologetically yourself is a strength. Up, Up, Down, Down became another piece of that same mission. A place for joy, friendship, and humanity. I'm so thankful to everyone past and present who helped build it brick by brick. To the locker room, the producers, trainers, crew, camera teams, ring crew, everyone behind the scenes, and the props department, thank you. WWE has the most special and hardest working props department that you'll ever find. Love you guys, and none of this happens without you. And to everyone who has been a part of this ride, thank you for believing in me. Thank you for letting me be Xavier Woods. Thank you for giving me the confidence to walk away as Austin Creed. Kofi actually said the same thing right around the time Xavier Woods posted his tweet thanking everybody as he departs WWE. Kofi Kingston says, and I quote, "It's taken me 2 full days to respond to all my texts. I hadn't been on social media until today, and I'm overwhelmed by all the messages here as well. So much love. So I can't help but be filled completely with gratitude. My story has been nothing short of remarkable, and I am truly blessed to have such an illustrious, accolade, and most importantly, fun-filled career. Accolade-laden and fun-filled career. I made my childhood dream become the most wonderful reality. Throughout this journey, I'm so thankful to have been surrounded by great friends and to have built so many unbreakable connections with people that I'm very proud to call my family. Most people go through life without ever experiencing a love like I have for Woods and E. That bond alone would have made this whole experience worth it. There are far too many people to mention by name here, but to everyone who has ever supported me, guided me, helped me, taught me, cheered for me, praised me, stood up for me, and even rooted against me, thank you. I appreciate you more than words can say. My main mission has always been a simple one, to provide a comfortable life filled with heartwarming memories for my family. And largely in part to all of you, I can proudly say that I have achieved that goal and more. This wasn't supposed to be a novel, so let me wind it down with some advice. Do your best to live a life without regrets. Control what you can control. Always give it your all and fight hard for what you believe in. Do not ever compromise or accept less than your due when it comes to your worth. Find the courage to believe in yourself and fearlessly pursue your goals and dreams because anything is possible. The kid that was too small, short, skinny, scrawny, was never supposed to make it in this land of giants, yet here we are. And so, as the sun sets on one chapter, so too must it rise in another. Tomorrow is indeed a new day. It's still, after even reading that, it's amazing how WWE just wanted to do what they did. TKO wanted to do what they did to those guys. This has nothing to do about how they've been booked creatively on television, which I'll get into in a second. It didn't take long for AEW and some of the locker room there to react to the New Day's exit from WWE. Hours after the news broke that Kofi and Xavier parted ways with WWE, AEW talent has wasted no time openly reacting to the news. MJF, Cash Wheeler, Renee Paquette, Ricochet all posted public messages referencing the New Day on the same day the team's exit was reported, with each post reading as a clear nod towards Kingston and Woods potentially landing in All Elite Wrestling. The dream match that has been on both of their plates, the New Day and the Young Bucks, is seemingly more than likely going to become a reality. I know this past weekend, Matt Nick Jackson retweeted what Austin Creed had said in a 2019 post when AEW was first unveiled. He congratulated not only everybody involved, but specifically the Young Bucks. They instantly retweeted what Austin Creed had said in that thread. MJF, he was one of the first guys to take the first shot. The first name publicly to reference the New Day after the news broke was MJF. He said, and I quote, "It is a new day." Yes, it is. Cash Wheeler, he went on to say something next, posting on X with a callback to the New Day song lyric. Wheeler wrote, "Cot damn, it's a new day, cot damn." Wheeler's not carry some history. He and Dax Harwood, then known as The Revival, wrestled the New Day in WWE several times in 2019, including a SmackDown episode where Big E and Kofi Kingston defeated The Revival to win the SmackDown Tag Team titles in November of that year, plus a rematch at the TLC pay-per-view that year in December. A Young Bucks New Day match is the headline pitch, but FTR versus the New Day is a sequel AEW could easily also put together with both teams now working, or soon to be working, under the same roof. Renee, who interviewed the New Day repeatedly during her years on WWE television as Renee Young, posted an old photo of herself with the trio on her Instagram. The image is from one of the team's Raw interview segments she conducted during her WWE run, which spanned 2012 to 2020. Ricochet dropped a Tekken reference. AEW's Ricochet, who shares the team's well-documented love for video games, fired off the most personal of the public interactions. Posting on X, Ricochet wrote, "Gonna be able to kick their ass in Tekken again. It is indeed a new day." Now, none of this is confirmation that they're going to end up signing with AEW, but I think everybody is well aware that AEW is very interested in bringing both Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston to AEW. There was another article that was reported on tonight. WWE is reportedly trying to retain Xavier Woods with what people are calling the Tyler Breeze deal. Now, WWE is trying to retain Xavier Woods through a non-wrestling video game arrangement following his recent departure from the company. Brian Alvarez is reporting this on Wrestling Observer Live. Alvarez said he heard the same information from multiple people and laid out what he had been told. Brian Alvarez says, and I quote, "I've heard this from a lot of people this weekend, that I do believe that WWE is trying to retain Woods with, as it was referenced to me repeatedly, the Tyler Breeze deal, which is basically he gets paid money to do stuff for the video game or on YouTube with up, up, down, down. And I don't know if he will accept that offer. I don't know what's going on in his head, but he might. So it's not a foregone conclusion that both the New Day are going to AEW. It's likely going to happen, I would say, but there are things being done where WWE is trying to retain him for other things. Now, the Tyler Breeze deal reference is to former WWE wrestler Tyler Breeze. Breeze was released from WWE in 2021, but has continued to work with the company on the WWE 2K video game series since, most recently consulting on the My GM mode for WWE 2K26 alongside Woods. Breeze and Woods are close friends and cooperate up, up, down, down, which is a WWE YouTube gaming channel. You know, first I want to say, I saw a lot of comments. Oh, we can't retain all these talents when they haven't been given anything to do and they're wasting talent space and roster space and payroll and all these other excuses by all these half-witted idiots online. There's a statistic. There is a very worrying statistic that I want to show you guys or read to you guys so you are aware of what exactly is going on here. Imagine being Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, and I'm sure they're not going to be the last because there was another report that another higher level talent was asked to take a 50% pay cut, and he actually took the 50% pay cut. That was reported by Mike Johnson of PW Insider this afternoon. WWE wants their talents. TKO wants their talents to take a pay cut. Meanwhile, this statistic is more alarming than anything. In 2024, with some WWE talent asking to take pay cuts this year as much as 50%, some of the top TKO and WWE executives and how they're compensated looks like this. In 2024, Ari Emanuel made $18 million. In 2025, he made $67 million. So in 2024, he made $18 million, and in 2025, he took home $67 million. Mark Shapiro. In 2024, he made $32 million. In 2025, he made $43 million. Ari Emanuel, by the way, his percentage was plus 272 year over year. Mark Shapiro, plus 33%. Nick Khan. In 2024, Nick Khan made $6 million. In 2025, he took home $24 million. That is plus 304%. So you want to release talent. Now you want talent to make less and slash their payroll, cut their payroll in half so that we can see Ari Emanuel, Mark Shapiro, and Nick Khan collectively take up $125 million worth of WWE's revenue alone in 2025. Triple H tasked the New Day with a heel turn in 2024 that was so great and so out of left field that everybody was buzzing about what it could be and what it could become. Big E was a part of that heel turn. They used Big E as a vehicle to turn Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston heel, and they used Big E's presence, being away, as the root of why they turned heel. Now, I don't know if they maybe hoped and dreamed of Big E being back in the ring, and that's why they included him there. Everybody was wondering if he was going to factor into the New Day heel turn along the way, otherwise why he would be there. Nobody realized that everything going on there was going to lead to what we got. But everybody hoped that Big E was going to be a part of the eventual turn and that he was going to find his way back to being an in-ring wrestler. It became very evident that Big E was never going to return to the ring, and as we sit today, he's never going to wrestle again. The New Day heel turn went nowhere. Now, they tried maybe filling that gap, if you guys remember, with one Odyssey Jones, who got released from the WWE because of a domestic violence situation. Whatever came of that, I'm not really privy to, and I don't really know. Would Odyssey Jones have worked out in the New Day? I don't know. I don't know what Odyssey Jones was capable of working alongside Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. It could have worked. It could have bombed. I have no idea. It was never going to be Big E. It was never going to be the way that it used to be with Big E. But their heel turn went nowhere. They came out, they got tremendous heat for a good month and a half. And then it almost felt like Triple H gave up. And everything's a fucking moment with this guy. And then literally the next year in March 1st to be exact, John Cena turns heel. And we all saw how that ended up. That was a fucking colossal disappointment. So Triple H, in a span of 5 months, 6 months, had the New Day, 13-time World Tag Team Champions, the New Day, turn heel in November of 2024. John Cena turned heel last Elimination Chamber in 2025, March 1st. And both were colossal failures. They went nowhere. How does that even work out? How is that possible? John Cena was more offensively terrible. The New Day isn't that far behind. The New Day, by the way, at that WrestleMania in 2025 wrestled the War Raiders because they got some sort of fucking video game sponsorship for that match with the War Raiders at WrestleMania. Meanwhile, we had to save Motor City Machine Guns and DIY and the Street Profits for SmackDown. And you saw the ladder match that they gave us post-WrestleMania last year on SmackDown, which everybody wondered, well, why isn't that on the WrestleMania card? But here we have the New Day, who are ice cold against the War Raiders, who are ice cold for the Tag Team Championships on Monday Night Raw, which basically are as useless as anything else in the company. And from that point on, the New Day did absolutely nothing. They tried to heat them up, and they did nothing. They paired them with Grayson Waller, and they sat mostly in catering from that point on. Did nothing. They did get new contracts out of it that they signed in October. And then they were asked to take a 50% pay cut, and then they rightfully said, fuck off. You know what bothers me? Do you know what bothers me the most about this? Is that the guy writing the fucking show let these two guys down. The guy writing the fucking show let these two guys down to a fucking point where they basically killed every ounce of what they had as the New Day dead. No creative, no direction, no vision, no follow-up. How many times do we talk about Triple H not sticking the fucking landing? They can create a moment. Triple H creates a great moment. Triple H starts things out when he wants to really get fucking inventive and really wants to set the tone. He's got it down. The motherfucker can't follow up to save his fucking life. The part that bothers me the most is that this guy, who had the worst year creatively of his run in 2025 and has not fared any better in 2026, gets a 3-year motherfucking extension with a fucking raise. Meanwhile, his talent is asked to take a pay cut because they either have nothing for them or shit creative that he's given them, and they ask the talent to get over on what he's creating, and then they end up getting released while he gets a motherfucking raise. How do you look at that and say that's right? I don't give a fuck how long the New Day's been absent on television. I don't give a fuck how long the New Day has been irrelevant on WWE television. The fact that the guy writing the show has put so little effort into guys like this to a point where they can't get their shit over. But he's the one who gets a fucking raise. He's the one who gets the contract extension. Meanwhile, his talent is being asked to take pay cuts. And Nick Khan is making 300% year over year. Ari Emanuel's making 300% year over year. Mark Shapiro's making 40% year over year. How do you look at this shit and then find yourself supporting this fucking company? How? It is absolutely fucking disgusting. Nobody gave the New Day a shot to survive, exist, or thrive in WWE. I don't know how all of that materialized. We all know and remember how it started out. It was almost like this very preachy, very church-esque group. And then it became what it became. I'm assuming that was Vince McMahon allowing them to kind of feed into the New Day and mold it into what it became. I'm assuming it was a mixture of ideas from all three guys and Vince McMahon at the time, and it became what it became. And they became the most decorated tag team, one of the most decorated tag teams in WWE history, the most decorated tag team of this current generation. There will never be another New Day. Now WWE finds themselves without the New Day, without the Wyatts. The MFTs are all but obliterated. The Motor City Machine Guns, the basic tag team element of WWE is dead. Tag team wrestling in WWE is fucking dead. It's not even on life support. It's not laying on the bed and there's no heartbeat. It's fucking dead. Yeah, Triple H is the one who gets a 3-year contract extension and fucking money. More money. For the piss poor job that he's doing. Again, I ask, what's the need for 2 tag team championships? I've been saying this since 2016. When are we going to stop playing fucking retarded and get rid of 1 tag team title? I can't even tell you what the fucking tag team division is on Monday Night Raw. I mean, good luck with that. Street Profits and Logan Paul, Austin Theory. I don't know who else there is. They got the fucking Creeds under masks. They got Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne under masks. There will never be another tag team division in WWE again. It's the worst it's ever been, ever. Since the day the WWE, WWF has been conceived, this is the worst it's ever been. And Triple H is theoretically making AEW's tag team division better. Triple H is theoretically making AEW's tag team division maybe the greatest that the United States has ever seen. Now, it's going to be up to Tony Khan and his band of fucking idiots to do something with that. Hurt Syndicate, Christian and Cope, the Young Bucks. Then you get Motor City Machine Guns. The New Day come on in. Then you got the Acclaimed, potentially. You got the Death Riders. You got the Don Callis family. You got the Outrunners. Bro, if I'm Tony Khan, these guys got fucking contracts already drafted up, and on day 91, have them sign these contracts. There's no way you aren't bringing in someone like Xavier Woods or Kofi Kingston. No way. Fuck the narrative of, oh, they're just another couple ex-WWE guys. Motherfucker, they are one of the greatest tag teams of our generation. And good for them for standing up for themselves. Because that's a fucking slap in the face. Why did you offer them the money you offered them, only to rescind the money you offered them a year later and tell them, yeah, we don't think you're worth that fucking money? How fucking low do you have to be? How low? Why did you offer them that money in the first place? If you think the talent is worth something, then offer them what you think they are worth and give them the opportunity to say yes or no. You gave them the money that you thought that they were worth, and then you took it back and said, yeah, we don't think you're worth that. Well, maybe they would be worth it if the fucking guy who is in charge of creative fucking got up off his ass and did something about it. What a disgusting company. An absolutely disgusting company. And yeah, I'm complaining about talent getting released. Why is R-Truth the tag team champion? I was thinking about this today. R-Truth is the tag team champion with Damian Priest on Friday Night SmackDown. They got to make him a tag team champion so when Nick Khan and Triple H and everybody else is looking over the books, they can get back to Ari Emanuel, Mark Shapiro, and the rest of the TKO board of directors when they see R-Truth making over $1 million a year because everybody wanted him to come back and the WWE creative obviously did nothing with him at all and just settled him right back into the fucking comedy geek that he was before he got released. They have to spin it in a way to Ari Emanuel that this guy is worth the money that he's making. Look, he's a tag team champion. He's a tag team champion with Damian Priest. Man, he's making his money, but he's earning his money. Bro, the New Day unleashed on the indies is a dangerous fucking thing. They are going to be so in demand. They are going to be wanted everywhere. They are going to make any tag team division fucking top notch. They'll be able to do conventions and video game conventions, wrestling conventions, signings, go and do whatever they got to do. I remember, I don't know what year it was or for what it was either Tekken or Street Fighter. Xavier Woods and Kofi, I don't know if Kofi was there, but Xavier Woods and Kenny Omega, they have a very great rapport with each other. You don't think that they want to wrestle each other. That combative spirit in video games, that love of video games brought those two guys together. If AEW has any sense of making money, they bring in the New Day. If AEW has any sense about being a real business, especially on the video game side of things, Xavier Woods is with AEW. They're not going to be a game changer. None of these talents are going to be a game-changing situation. We saw legitimately one of the greatest female professional wrestlers join AEW, and she made zero difference. Mercedes Moné made zero difference when she joined AEW. The Motor City Machine Guns are going to make zero difference. The New Day are going to make zero difference. All of the wrestlers that Tony Khan wants to pick up and bring back to the company or sign to the company for the first time will make zero difference. This is why AEW is so important. And you see what WWE is doing. WWE is so desperately wanting to get back to where it was, where the industry was, where the business was before Tony Khan and AEW were created. WWE controlled the narrative. WWE controlled the market. They told you what a pro wrestler should be making at every level. Tony Khan comes in and starts paying these guys 3, 4, 5 times more than what they would ever make in WWE. And now Tony Khan is the new benchmark for what professional wrestlers should make. That's his problem at the end of the day because you can't pay everybody that amount. Otherwise, the company's not going to survive. It's not a viable business at that point. But Tony Khan now dictates what a pro wrestler makes. WWE's asking these guys left and right now to take 50% pay cuts. They want to get back to what it was before AEW was around. You see them closing off every avenue that AEW has left. And the rumors of AEW and Warner Brothers and Paramount, all that shit is true. Don't listen to anybody telling you it's all bullshit, it's all lies. AEW has nowhere else to go but a very, very small group of places. And none of them are going to make them a competitive brand, and none of them are going to make them any money. WWE wants to shut AEW out so that they once again can control the narrative about what a pro wrestler makes. This absolutely is one of the reasons why they are doing what they're doing. And it sucks. It's terrible for us because we see these talents now lose a job. It's terrible for us. We see storylines get fucking axed before we see their conclusion with Kairi Sane. Talent like Aleister Black, who could have had a major storyline, now not. Tag team divisions destroyed. And 2 people that we thought were going to be WWE till the very end, gone. Loyalty gets you nowhere. No matter how loyal you are to a place, they don't give a fuck. This is not loyalty. This isn't family. It's fucking business. The more people that they cut and the more payroll that they cut, the more money that's in the pocket of Ari Emanuel, Mark Shapiro, Nick Khan, and everybody else in that fucking board of directors. That's all they care about. The more money that's in Triple H's pocket. That's all that he cares about. We've been played. The New Day Unleashed is going to be a very, very dangerous thing. And good for them. Good for them. When the New Day is serious, it is very difficult to find anybody better than both Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. They're going to have a massive chip on their shoulder. And the most fun that I have watching a talent is when they have that You got rid of us? All right, motherfucker, we're going to show you. It's going to be a very fun ride to watch them both continue to do what they love and to see where they go and who they wrestle next. They are now free, and it certainly is a new day. I wanted to get that off my chest because I know I was away and I didn't get a video out. So that is what I was thinking about the last 48 hours. It's disgusting. It's terrible. Monday night. We're going to start at the top here with tonight's Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins was supposed to start the show, but we saw an SUV pull up and Roman Reigns gets out. So Roman Reigns is walking through the building and he's looking for Jacob Fatu. Adam Pearce is out there. He's looking around. Adam Pearce is trying to talk to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is walking right by him. He's mouthing off at Adam Pearce. So Pearce finally stops Reigns right before the curtain and told him Jacob Fatu isn't here. Seth Rollins is standing right there in gorilla. And he looks at Roman Reigns and told him, "You are in my way." Because Rollins was going to open the show and start to address Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman. Seth walked past Reigns, headed to the ring. I made a mention on social media with Rollins and Reigns. I tweeted that is going to be your night one main event for SummerSlam. A lot of people are like, well, I think it should be Oba Femi. I think it should be Oba Femi and Roman. Okay. If they do Oba Femi and Roman, that's great. What do you do with Seth? Where do you slot Seth in creatively? I think that Seth and Roman should be the night one main event because Oba Femi, I feel more, is a WrestleMania main event with Roman Reigns. What do you do with Seth if you give the match to Oba against Roman? Seth and Roman was supposed to be your WrestleMania night one main event before he got hurt at Crown Jewel. I feel like WWE, now that he's back healthy, if he can remain healthy, I think WWE is just going to run those original plans back at SummerSlam. I think Oba gets WrestleMania if they are serious about pushing Oba to the top. So Seth made his entrance. Braun Breaker runs from behind and attacked Seth Rollins. So officials and producers are out there. They start to pull Braun off of Seth. Seth gets into the ring. Braun Breaker breaks free from the producers and the officials. He gets in the ring and he delivers a super spear to Seth Rollins in the middle of the ring. Fans are chanting one more time. One more time. Very loud one more time chants to a point where I legitimately thought they were piped in. I saw a couple of people waving their arms in the air, chanting one more time, one more time. It didn't sound like a whole arena full of people. Nobody else was moving. I saw a handful of people chanting one more time. I don't know if WWE is legitimately piping in audience noise or not. And this was largely a decent crowd tonight. It's not like they were quiet. They were pretty loud for what they needed to be loud for. And isn't Seth Rollins the babyface here? And Braun Breaker the heel? What is it with these crowds? WWE's done everything that they have to do in regards to this. Braun Breaker is the heel. Seth Rollins is the babyface. Yet they got the heel out there spearing the babyface, and the fans are chanting one more time for the heel. I don't know. So that was a hot way to start the show. We got a tease about a Roman and Seth Rollins match potentially later this year, and we got some nice build for Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. Backstage, we got a clip of Roxanne Perez interacting with Finn Balor on Monday Night Raw last week. If you guys remember, Roxanne Perez was in the Judgment Day locker room or the clubhouse. Finn Balor walks on in, sneaks in, and Roxanne tells him, "You can't be here." Finn Balor trying to convince Roxanne Perez that you can't trust Liv Morgan, that Liv Morgan is going to do the same thing to you that she did to me. Roxanne Perez basically told Finn that she didn't want his advice, and that if he gets caught in this clubhouse, it's going to be the end of him. Finn Balor got upset, told her, "All right, you do what you want to do. I'll see you later." So we saw this clip. Liv Morgan is in the Judgment Day clubhouse with the rest of the Judgment Day. Perez told Liv Morgan that Balor is delusional because Liv Morgan asked, "Well, why didn't you tell me? Why do I have to find out that you and Finn were conversing? Why do I have to find out by watching Netflix?" Liv asked Perez why Balor felt comfortable talking to her in the first place and why she didn't tell her about the conversation. Perez said, "Well, I think I told Finn exactly what I needed to tell him," which she did. And Perez said she should have said something, "But I am very loyal to the Judgment Day." Liv Morgan said she believes in Roxanne and they can't let anything get in the middle of family. She asked her to promise not to keep any more secrets from the Judgment Day. Roxanne Perez said, "I promise I'm not going to keep any more secrets from the Judgment Day." Liv was happy. She giggled when Roxanne told her that. And Perez, as Liv Morgan walked away with Dominic, because we had a match to get ready for with JD McDonough and Finn Balor, Roxanne Perez looked at Liv as she walked away with this very "bitch, who the fuck do you think you're talking to" look. The seeds are being planted. The seeds are being planted. I feel like we're just in this endless loop of same old shit. We did the same thing to Edge. Then we did the same thing to Rhea. Now we're doing the same thing to Balor. And now we're going to do the same thing to Roxanne. Maybe all the people that got kicked out of the Judgment Day can form another group, and maybe they could battle the Judgment Day. Speaking of the Judgment Day, JD McDonough and Finn Balor went one-on-one here. They gave these guys 12 minutes, which is 30% more than what we are usually given on Monday night for a pro wrestling match. I thought this was great. For a TV match, this was good. Crowd was into it. And we'll pick it up after the commercial break. So, Balor, he hits a back body drop, double foot stomp, follows up with a sling blade. Balor knocked Dominic off the apron because he was out there with Liv Morgan. We got Raquel Rodriguez. She's out there. So most of the Judgment Day was out there. So Balor knocked Dominic off the apron, which allowed JD to apply a cradle for a 2 count. McDonough, he comes up, follows up with a Spanish fly. Man, we got to talk about JD McDonough's Spanish fly. Like, I love that he does the standing Spanish fly, but man, he does not land flat back. He doesn't. I don't know if he's getting enough air for the standing Spanish fly. He's dropping people on their heads. He's dropping people on their shoulders. Bro, something is going to happen where someone gets really hurt. And he did that to Balor tonight. I'm hoping Balor's all right. He landed on his fucking shoulder bad from that Spanish fly. So the referee here, Jessica Carr, she was distracted. Dominic ended up tripping up Balor from the outside. Jessica Carr, she finally ends up tossing Dominic from ringside, but She only caught Dominic, so she only kicked out Dominic. The rest of the Judgment Day members, they stayed out there. McDonough went for a moonsault. Balor got his knees up, plotted cradle for a 2 count. Liv Morgan, it's her turn next. She distracts Jessica Carr, and she tossed a ring hammer, which is Dominic's favorite weapon, the hammer that rings the bell. She tossed that hammer to Roxanne. Jessica Carr distracted. Roxanne nailed Balor in the face with the hammer. I guess this is a way to show Liv Morgan she is loyal to the Judgment Day, and that Balor means nothing to Roxanne Perez. McDonough followed up with a big headbutt. 1, 2, 3. And JD McDonough beats Finn Balor. Balor is all by himself. He's got no friends. How could he have friends? I mean, everybody's getting released. Everybody's taking a pay cut. JD wins in about 12 minutes. I don't know where this is going with Balor and why we're in this endless loop of Balor and the Judgment Day. You would think that he beat Dominic. Like, I figured it would continue a little bit and he would be involved. But, man, we got to get Balor away from the Judgment Day. We got to get Balor in the middle of something a little bit more substantial. Turning Balor babyface and getting him out of the Judgment Day was supposed to reignite his singles run, not make him feel stale. We got Balor's a babyface. We got the Demon. And now we got Balor being stale all over again. The story isn't about Balor, though. It's about Roxanne and Liv, and that's exactly what they are doing. Now, Liv is in desperate need of a challenger for the Women's Championship. We were supposed to get Stephanie Vaquer and Liv Morgan at Backlash, but that's not happening now because Stephanie Vaquer is injured and will be out for several weeks. So, right now, Liv has no opponents for the World Heavyweight Championship. They better do something quick. Can't have her standing around just holding the championship looking pretty with the title over her shoulder. We need some competition. Who that's going to be, I don't know. Jackie Redmond. She ended up finding Seth Rollins in the back after Braun Breaker destroyed him with a super spear in the opening segment. He was obviously still selling the effects of the spear from Braun Breaker. She asked if he was going to be okay in 5 days at Backlash. He says he warned Breaker if he was going to take a shot, he better finish him. But you know what, Jackie? I am not dead yet. We got a segment with Roman and Jacob Fatu. And this is where the commentary team talked about the effects of the Tongan death grip. Graves says the hold isn't taught to wrestlers, but it's actually passed down from one generation to another. Michael Cole says it was made famous by Haku, the uncle of Jacob Fatu. Graves said it's only supposed to be used in certain circumstances. Michael Cole said the attack goes to the Adam's apple and cuts off the breath and can cause someone to pass out. So not only do we have the same narrative that we got the last 2 weeks, now we got the inclusion of the Tongan death grip, and that's one of the major aspects going into this championship match between Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. It's a nice little caveat, nice little throwback with the Tongan death grip. Backstage, Braun Breaker was making fun of Seth Rollins' voice. He was there with Austin Theory and Logan Paul. Paul Heyman walked in and asked Braun Breaker if Seth was still breathing. Logan then interrupts and says he wants to destroy Joe Hendry and he wants to hospitalize him permanently. Heyman says he won't be fighting Joe Hendry. Logan said, what? Heyman said Breaker almost got himself suspended. Brock Lesnar retired on me. And he said he couldn't afford Logan getting arrested. He said, instead, Austin Theory is going one-on-one with Joe Hendry. Theory assured Logan that he put the pressure on him, and Just Watch Breaker said he is Logan Paul. Penta. He teamed with Javon Evans and against Rusev and Ethan Page. Tag team match here. Again, this was fun. I'm really loving what the Intercontinental Championship title picture is becoming. I think this is looking really fun, really good. I'm interested most in a Penta and Javon Evans match. But I could see Ethan Page and Penta. I could see it going from Ethan Page and then to Javon Evans. I could see WWE doing Penta, dropping the title to Ethan Page, and then Ethan Page and Javon Evans go at it to keep that babyface and heel dynamic. Plus, it'll be a page out of the NXT playbook because Ethan Page and Javon Evans have some history in NXT. So, I'm liking what's going on here, man. This was a fun tag team match. We'll pick it up after the commercial break. Penta, he ends up doing a big springboard dive to knock Rusev off the apron. And him and Ethan Page have this, not really camaraderie, but understanding that they need to be partners and they need to be friendly to take out these two guys because they both want the same thing, and that is the Intercontinental Championship. So, Evans, he's in the ring. He did end up getting a hot tag in from Rusev. So he's in there, and Penta's in there. Penta eventually makes the hot tag to Javon Evans. Evans did wind up in the match. He hits Page with a jawbreaker, German suplex. He took out Rusev with a big dive. Evans followed with a springboard clothesline for a 2 count. Page fought back briefly. Evans nailed a big kick. Penta tagged in, tornado DDT. He goes for a cover on Ethan Page, but Rusev broke up the cover. Evans then hit Rusev with a dive. This was the 3rd time he hit Rusev with a dive. Rusev wound up on top of the announce desk. So, Javon Evans was going to the top. He was going to dive off the top rope through Rusev and the announce desk, but Ethan Page shoved him off the top rope, and we never saw what Javon Evans was going to do. Penta knocked Evans outside the ring. Penta went for a dive off the apron. Page yanked the apron skirt to trip him up. Page distracted the referee. Rusev comes in. He slammed Penta right on top of the front of the announce desk. Page comes in with the fisherman suplex. 1, 2, 3, and the heels get the W. Ethan Page and Rusev get the win. Now, Rusev was happy. Ethan Page was happy. They were celebrating. And for the first time since this partnership, they both smiled and were happy with each other. But Rusev, he doesn't want to be friends with him. He doesn't want to be friends with him. He wants the IC title, but they need to work together because they both want the same thing, and that is Penta's IC title. Sol Ruca. She officially signs her contract to become the newest addition to the women's division on Monday night. Adam Pearce is in the middle of the ring, and he introduced Sol Ruca. He said when he was a coach at NXT, his favorite days were when a surefire, can't-miss, blue-chip future superstar saw their dreams come true, get to the main roster, and then get offered a contract for either Raw or SmackDown. He said today is one of those days. Then we got this nice video package paired on or airing on Sol Ruca. Sol made her entrance. She comes down. She's got new theme music, but I might have saw somewhere before I actually went live tonight that she did not get Def Rebelled. Now, I don't know who wrote her theme and recorded her theme. Maybe you guys can fill me in. Maybe you are more in the know at this point than I am. But I might have briefly seen that Sol Ruca's theme music is played and performed by Sol Ruca's father. So she did not get a Def Rebel theme. And if that is the case, I think that's fucking awesome because it adds a personal flair and a personal touch to Sol Ruca's theme music. Something that Def Rebel probably would have never done. Now, I don't know what Sol Ruca's father does, if he's a musician, full-time, or a studio engineer, what type of musical work that he does in the music industry. I thought it sounded all right. It fit her. I didn't mind it. It didn't sound offensive to my ears or anything. But it was new theme music for Sol Ruca. Yes, it sounds like a beachy version of Seth's theme. It even has his woe chant. Well, I don't know if it sounds like Seth's theme, but it does have a beachy vibe to it for sure. So she comes on out. Michael Cole was explaining that she's only been wrestling for 4 years. She was a part of the NIL program after being a gymnast in Oregon. Graves says she has exhibited unbelievable aptitude in a short period of time in WWE. Pierce congratulated her and handed her the contract. She looked at it, she smiled, she kind of lived in the moment for a little bit. She said it would feel so good when she actually put pen to paper to become an official part of Raw. She was about to sign, and then Becky Lynch interrupts Sol Ruca's moment. Becky Lynch entered the ring. Adam Pearce looked like, what the fuck are you doing out here, woman? Becky is in Adam Pearce's face. She claimed that this was supposed to be her segment. This was supposed to be her allotted time. Adam Pearce said, no, who told you that? She said, someone very credible. As she went on, Ruca finally said, are you done? Becky turned to her and said, no, I'm not done. Sol then replied back, not everything is about you, Becky. Becky said, listen, I know this is your first day, but the sooner she learns, the better. Everything is always about me. Sol Ruca said she knows everything that Becky's accomplished. She said she didn't expect to find out when she met Becky Lynch that she would be exactly what everybody said she is. Lynch went on to list her compliments and her accolades. Ruca said, no, you are a big-headed bitch. Ruca said the New York Times said it, Sports Illustrated said it, mocking Becky Lynch. Becky asked Pierce and the fans if they were going to let Sol Ruca talk to her like that. Fans then started to chant for Sol Ruca. She signed the contract. She told Becky if she ever interrupts her again, she is just going to kick her ass and snatch her soul. Might have got that line from Dwayne. Becky took a swing at Sol Ruca and accidentally hit Adam Pearce in the jaw with a straight right hand. Adam Pearce was pissed. He asked Becky, are you out of your mind? Becky apologized. Pearce stormed away. Sol Ruca waited from behind, found the right moment, wanted to deliver a soul snatcher, and as soon as she went up to the second rope, Sol Ruca briefly slipped on the middle rope. She ended up recovering, but Becky was late to take the actual fall face first from the soul snatcher. She did recover, but it did not look like a perfect, fluid soul snatcher like we usually see Sol Ruca do. And if there's anybody beating themselves up about that, I'm sure it's going to be Sol Ruca. Your big moment, signing a contract, having legitimately the biggest female star in the company come out to start a program with you on your first official night on Raw, and you botch your finishing move. I felt terrible, man. I looked away. I looked away because I felt so bad for Sol Ruca. I'm like, oh, of all the times to botch Out of all the times to make a mistake on something she does 1,000 fucking times perfectly, it was that moment that it didn't go the way that she wanted. It's bad luck. Bad luck. She'll get him next time. Jackie Redmond. She was backstage. She interviewed the Usos. She wanted to know about the Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu contract signing. Jimmy says they wouldn't miss it. Well, they did because they weren't out there. He says he has love for Jacob, but he has to understand this is how they handle business. She asked if they are conflicted giving the loyalty to Roman. Jay said no, but they will be there to make sure nothing goes awry. Jay said Jacob is bitten off more than he can chew, and the battle lines have been drawn, but he'll find out at Backlash who he's messing with. So, Jimmy says he wouldn't miss it for anything. Jay said, we're going to make sure nothing goes awry. I'm sorry, where were they at the end of the show? They weren't out there. Just like they weren't out there last week. Joe Hendry. He made his entrance. Michael Cole was explaining to everybody how he had Joe Hendry's theme music stuck in his head all day. Hendry sang a song, once again pinpointing Logan Paul. You can see where this is going, chat. This is going to be WWE's new favorite thing every fucking week. Joe Hendry singing a song about Logan Paul because it got over so well. Joe Hendry sang a song during the break, which bled into the broadcast. He encouraged Adam Pearce to fire Logan Paul again. Logan Paul went on to say that he is unfireable. Nobody can fire me. I'm unfireable. How tone deaf of a fucking company do you have to be when this company is releasing talent left and right the last 2 weeks and then asking talent to take pay cut, in which talent ends up walking? How about we don't talk about people not being fired because of their star status in the company, while others are walking on fucking eggshells, not knowing if they're going to have a job when they wake up in the morning? This went 3 minutes. This is Monday Night Raw. So Theory was in control. Logan distracted. Hendry makes a comeback. He does his face pose with the camera. Logan Paul comes from behind and caused a disqualification. Don't really know what else you want me to say here. DQ, Theory and Logan stomped away at Joe Hendry. The Street Profits ran out, attacked Logan and Theory because they want the tag team titles. Cole said the Profits have their eyes on the tag team titles. Thank you, Michael Cole. Braun Breaker comes in, overhead tossed Montez over the top rope and then suplexed Angelo Dawkins. Seth comes on out and he attacks Braun Breaker for what happened to him earlier in the show. Ford flip dives onto everybody at ringside over the steel post. Breaker then speared Seth in the ring. Breaker leaned down and told Seth, "You almost got me. It was close." There's really nothing about this that anybody cares about. We got Joe Hendry in a meaningless feud with The Vision. The Vision's dead. And then Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. Nice little pickup from what we got earlier in the show, but nothing really drastically different than what we got about an hour and a half ago. Jackie Redmond interviewed the Judgment Day backstage. Liv said the focus on the Judgment Day is getting all the gold and crushing anyone who gets in their way. Raquel said the little nostalgia show with Brie Bella and Paige was fun for one night. She called them over to Monday Night Raw so that they could defend their titles. Bayley and Lyra walked in and said they wouldn't forget about what happened to them last week. Poor Bayley and Lyra. It seems like Bayley and Lyra are always going to be two women who are looking from the outside looking in. Oba Femi. He goes one-on-one with Otis of the Alpha Academy. He answered the call. Oba made his entrance. Tozawa answered the challenge. Graves called Tozawa crazy. Said this guy's out of his mind. Cole says he wants to make a name for himself. He had a stare down. Tozawa figured this is crazy. So Otis comes on in. The bell rings. Graves goes on to say a win over Oba Femi would change Otis's career. No shit. That was never going to happen. Otis charged at Oba. Oba brushed him off, slammed him across the ring. Oba lifted Otis to the second rope. This is a large man. Otis could barely keep his balance on the second rope. He finally got his balance. Oba lifted him up. Signature fall from grace. Graves says that was 330 pounds that Oba Femi just slammed through the center of the earth, quote unquote. 2 minutes. Oba beats Otis. I ranted about this in the beginning of the show. There really isn't anything else for me to add. I'm surprised Otis had made the roster cuts. Surprised. Maybe if Otis got released, I don't know what Tucky's doing nowadays, Tucker Knight, maybe we can get Heavy Machinery back together. Remember them? That was a damn good fucking tag team. I love them in NXT. Does anybody remember those guys? Street Profits. They were with Joe Hendry backstage and they confronted Seth Rollins. Montez said thanks to his past antics, nobody trusts Seth Rollins. Seth says that he doesn't even trust himself. He says if they stay out of his way, he'll stay out of theirs. We got a pre-recorded segment with IYO SKY and Asuka. This was good. I like the way this was shot. I like the vibe about this. I would have loved to see this at WrestleMania, on the road to WrestleMania, but we had to get a Danhausen, Kit Wilson, Miz segment with John Cena and the Midgets at WrestleMania. We got a pre-recorded segment here with IYO and Asuka. It talked about their relationship. She says she has the utmost respect for Asuka, despite all that they've been through. Asuka then accused her of being disrespectful and said the IYO she taught was no longer there sitting before her. IYO starts to cry as Asuka asked if she understood how she feels. I am done with IYO SKY, says Asuka. I am going to cut you out of my life for good. They leaned in. They were basically face to face. Asuka then out of nowhere sprayed blue mist in IYO's face. Adam Pearce is yelling for Asuka to get out of here. He's frantically calling for the medical. IYO is selling the effects of the blue mist. The match is signed, sealed, and delivered for Backlash. It's IYO versus Asuka, one-on-one. No Kyrie. Or maybe there is Kyrie. Maybe. People in WWE believe there is a better than 50% chance that Kyrie Sane shows up at Backlash. This is coming from Brian Alvarez and the Wrestling Observer. Take it with a grain of salt. Brian Alvarez reports that people within WWE think there is belief that Kyrie could show up at Backlash this Saturday in Tampa to help bring closure to the unfinished storyline with IYO and Asuka. Alvarez wrote to his subscribers on X, that the internal feeling puts the odds in favor of a surprise appearance. Within WWE, it's felt there is a better than 50% chance that Kyrie shows up at Backlash to at least finish off that storyline. I don't think we see Kyrie. Like, if I'm Kyrie, I'm done. I'm coming back for what? If I'm coming back, you better be giving me my fucking job back. But I don't think that's going to happen, being that they just cut two people we thought that they were lifers, asking them to take a 50% pay cut. I don't think Kyrie comes back. Sane was amongst the 24 wrestlers released on April 24th as part of WWE's post-WrestleMania roster cuts, with her departure described by Fightful Select as generating a ton of shock within the company. AJ Styles says he was especially caught off guard by Kyrie's release. Dave Meltzer then later reported that WWE's belief is that Sane wanted to eventually return to Japan, and that factored into the decision, though Kyrie pushed back on that post, or that article in a post on social media on April 28th. She said, "What I can say is I know there's been a lot of speculation, but I truly love this work, my teammates, and my fans. I've never wanted to walk away. I've only given my all in everything I do. I hope you are doing well." This was her second stint with the WWE, having returned in 2023 after spending time in Japan following her 2021 departure. I don't think we see Kyrie Sane. I think that comes in at under 50%. I thought this segment with IYO and Asuka, this pre-recorded segment, was good stuff. Really good stuff. Jackie Redmond interviewed Los Americanos, the original Los Americanos. So, they got the Creeds here. Michael Cole was asking Corey Graves for an explanation earlier in the show of what's going on in AAA. He said now the Creeds are involved. We got a clip of the angle with the Creeds airing from AAA this past weekend, which is great because I didn't watch this show, so it's nice to get that clip on the show so I have a sense of what's going on here. I wish AEW would have done that with Will Ospreay and the Death Riders, but again, I don't run that company and I don't format Dynamite, so apparently Will Ospreay is being enlisted by the Death Riders. The Death Riders want to train Will Ospreay. Something happened on Collision where Moxley gave Ospreay a pep talk, and we got absolutely zero explanation of said pep talk or any segment. We didn't get any throwback, any review of what happened in that segment. You need to show me what was shown on Collision. Nobody watches Collision. I hate when companies just leave out context. If something happened the following night at the next show, you tell me or show me what happened so that when you run the next part of the angle, I know what the fuck is going on. This tag team match went 8 minutes. It was original El Grande Americano with the Creeds against El Grande Americano with Bravo and Rayo. There's really nothing that happened here that I really care to talk about. Just give me the mask versus mask match. Give me Kaiser and AAA. And give me Gable mixing it up on Raw with the IC title guys. Seriously. This went about 8 minutes. Everyone's in there. They did their usual shit. The Creeds took out El Grande and Rayo while Gable hit Bravo with a diving headbutt for the 1-2-3. You had 6 masked guys in there. This needs to all come to an end soon. Get the Creeds back on Raw. Get them in the tag team division. Heat them up. They're way too good to be sitting around. And Gable, get him mixing it up with Ethan Page and Javon Evans and Rusev and Penta and Sheamus. that IC title picture's looking really good now. Gable should be there. Backlash is looking like this. We could still get one more match on Friday, but I highly doubt it. Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. Trick Williams will defend the United States Championship against Sami Zayn. Miz and Kit Wilson. Yes, Miz and Kit Wilson made the Backlash card. That goes to show you how terrible Friday Night SmackDown is. Versus Danhausen and a mystery partner who we all believe to be CM Punk. Punkhausen. Who's it going to be? IYO versus Asuka, and then Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. That is for the World's Heavyweight Championship. Only 5 matches. Should be 6. But again, Triple H, he breaks into cold sweats when he's got to potentially think about booking his 6th match on a show. John Cena is also slated to appear with what they are calling history-making news. It's not history-making news. It's only another way for WWE to sucker more money out of you with a Club WWE official announcement. It's what they got John Cena doing nowadays. Contract signing. Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. So Roman Reigns makes his entrance. Fatu comes on out. Both guys are seated at the table in the ring with Adam Pearce moderating and overlooking this thing. Michael Cole said that Jacob Fatu is playing with house money, and he's got absolutely nothing to lose. Adam Pearce told them both to sign the contract. Fans are singing Roman Reigns in that European-style soccer chant. Reigns stares at Fatu, Fatu staring back at Reigns. Reigns told Fatu that he knows how this works. He told Omaha to acknowledge him. Fans stood and acknowledged Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns then went on to say to Jacob, that's not just love, that's the sound of respect. Reigns says he's been there for over 12 years, and he had his foot in the doorway, holding the door open for Solo Sikoa. He says he brought Solo in, so he demanded respect. We got yet another OTC chant for Roman Reigns. He said there has to be respect and code and some kind of honor system amongst the family. He said there has to be a system of conduct they can hang their hat on. He said the tongue and death grip should be saved for desperate measures, like being surrounded 8-on-1 in a bar late at night. That's when you do that. You don't do that to family. You don't do that to your tribal chief. Fatu said he got angry now, that he's got it all wrong and he doesn't understand. He says he is desperate and it feels like it is him against the world and his back is against the wall. He says he has no other choice but to take him out and to take the title and everything that comes along with it. He says he's going to put a chokehold on the game and squeeze every dollar, just like he's been doing for decades. He says all gas, no brakes, moving forward, and he's never going back to where he came from. He says he is desperate enough to do whatever it takes for his household, even if it means he has to go through his own blood. Reigns took issue with this. He signed the contract. Reigns says he's been grinding for over a decade, working for over 170 kids that are a part of his family. Jacob's family. Generation after generation of higher education. You want to talk about your family? I'm working to provide for our family because I'm the only one that can do it. He said WWE wants to do business with him. That's a shoot. That line was a shoot. WWE wanted Roman to be on TV more. Roman says, that's cool. You're going to have to pay for me to be on TV more. And they did. They're not going to deny Roman Reigns what he wants. Roman Reigns plays this game. He is the master. And everybody else is there to be his puppet. So he goes on to say that this is his ring. They are of the same blood, and Fatu is beneath him. That's when Fatu snapped. Fatu got angry. I liked unhinged Jacob Fatu. He went for the Tongan death grip immediately. Roman evades. He takes one of the office chairs. He throws it at Fatu. He lifted up the title belt. Fatu came in after him again with the Tongan death grip. Fatu intercepted a Superman punch as Roman got away from it again. Fatu grabs Roman with a third attempt of the Tongan death grip. Fatu slammed Reigns through the table in the ring with the grip applied. Graves went on to say a desperate man is a dangerous man. And fans ended up chanting Fatu, Fatu at the end of this segment. He says he needs this for himself and his family, and he is a dangerous obstacle for Roman Reigns come Saturday. I thought WWE did a decent job of introducing the Tongan death grip. I like the throwback to Jacob Fatu's uncle, Haku. I like that they added that element. They really haven't done anything to change up the dialogue or switch up the dialogue. I guess there isn't really a need to with 3 weeks of build. This has only been going for 3 weeks. And I doubt this is the only match they're going to have. I see this continuing on going into the next pay-per-view. This is not a one and done. I think Fatu's on Raw. They're moving some pieces around to make the shows fresher without actually having a draft. We don't know where the Usos alliance is going to be. They literally said that they wanted a bird's eye view of what was going down here. And Jay said they are here to make sure things don't go, and I quote, awry. Where were they? Last week, they didn't show up. Tongan death grip, they didn't show up. This week, contract signing, Tongan death grip, they don't show up. And they were in the building on both weeks. Are they going to play a bigger factor into the outcome of this match? Are they going to back Roman? Or are they going to back Fatu? What is Solo going to do? Is he going to get involved? I really don't know. I really don't know at this point. All I can tell you is from watching these shows the last 3 weeks coming out of WrestleMania, I don't feel any of this bloodline stuff is any different than what we got for the last 5 years. What's different about it? The Usos are presented a little bit better. They're not out there fucking yeeting every single week. Roman is still Roman. He went right back to being that Roman that we had to deal with for 4 years. Jacob Fatu's a nice addition. And then Solo. The MFTs are largely dead. It's only Tala Tonga and Tama Tonga left. Jeff Cobb and the other guy, Tonga Loa, is gone. So I don't even know if they're going to remain a group. How do they factor into this thing? Nothing feels different. And this is a company, once again, relying on both Monday and Friday night the last 3 weeks. They're relying squarely, 100% on the bloodline. We got Fatu and Solo. We got the Usos versus the MFTs. We got Roman and Fatu every segment to close Monday night. Some people like this shit. Me, I'm looking for something a little different, man. To me, I just look at it as a company so heavily reliant on the thing that worked 4 years ago. It's never going to hit the same, no matter how different you want it to be. Jacob Fatu is not going to add that much difference to what we got 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I'm looking forward to the match. I think the match is going to be great. But with that great match, they need to have an equally greater ending. They need to go off the air by giving us something to look forward to. Something unpredictable, something substantial. And over the last 3 weeks, I can't really pinpoint what exactly that's going to be. And that's not a good thing. Sometimes it's a good thing. This is not a good thing because they haven't really done anything to make this feel different than the last time we saw this family involved in every aspect of this show. Thank you guys very much for all your support. Hopefully you did enjoy today's return stream. I am back and I'll be here all week. Tonight we got Monday Night Raw out of the way. And I feel like with what we got, Backlash on Saturday, it's going to be a newsworthy week. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. I've been more active on Instagram and TikTok, so make sure you guys follow me and find me over there on those platforms. We'll be uploading some more content over there tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, 11:30 Eastern, I'll be live with Jonathan Coachman for the 2 Count. We're going to talk about a variety of topics, and it should be a good time. That is on his channel, Behind the Turnbuckle, 11:30 Eastern, the 2 Count with myself and Jonathan Coachman, and then 8:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night, myself and the Silent Monster sit down to talk about all the news this week on Tuesday Night Titans. Hit that thumbs up down below. Leave a comment as well. We are about 150 away from 1,000 likes. If you guys are in the chat, I would love and appreciate it if you guys hit that thumbs up. And super chats are open. Get them on in. We're going to hang out at the end of the show, which is coming up in mere seconds. Tonight we're sponsored by Blue Chew, BlueChew.com. Code JD at checkout. Blue Chew Gold is what they're serving up. If you guys want to try Blue Chew Gold, you're going to buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold and get a 3rd month for free, courtesy of the podcast. All you got to do is go to BlueChew.com, use that promo code JD, and you'll be on your way to getting that 3rd month of Blue Chew Gold for free when you purchase the first 2 months. So make sure you guys go and do that for me. Great friend, great sponsor of the show. They're here all year long. And visit BlueChew.com for more important safety information and all the details that you need. Let's get to these super chats, and then I am going to hit my bed for the first time in 4 days. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. JDOTS, how's everyone today? Let's go. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Ilyas. Good to have you back, JD. Missed the streams. Hope you enjoyed your time off with your family on vacation. Let's go. OTS for life. Thank you, brother. Mid-range with a $2.99. Oba's 5-minute white boy challenge begins tonight. 5 minutes. Bro, it didn't even last 90 seconds. Tommy Brannigan with a 51 months. Hey, JD and OTS family, I just had my 50th birthday on Thursday, and I wanted to come celebrate with you, JD, and the OTS family. Tommy. Love it, brother. Happy 50th, man. That's a big milestone, man. Enjoy it. Here's to another 50 more. Michelle with a $2 super chat. TKO want the talent to take a pay cut. Disgusting. Well, GR Gaming Channel 7275, you and the rest of your fucking spawn can suck my fucking dick and swallow it whole, motherfucker. Get out. I subscribe to your YouTube channel to have you do live streams and videos, not for you to decide to go on vacation. Get him the fuck out. Guardian, I'll leave you to him, bro. Hologram, I'll leave you to him. Get this fucking guy out of here. Get this guy out of here. GR Gaming Channel 7275. Get him out. Imagine that. I can't take time away from myself after I gave you guys what? 12 straight, 13 straight streams? Get him out. I don't give a fuck if it's rage bait or not. Get him out. Goodbye. Goodbye. Now you're no longer allowed to chat here. And if you want to create another account, you can't chat here for what? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Goodbye. Thank you, Billy. Tanmay, 76 months. He says hi. Tanmay is the longest running member of the OTS VIP section. Hardy Punk with a $5 super chat. Raw opens with war. It's alive. He also says wrestlers watch the product. R.I.P. kayfabe. Yeah, I don't know why she said that. I'm assuming they just watched the replay of what they showed live tonight on the screen in the Judgment Day Clubhouse. Also, AI slop prompt, running it back with the Solo Bloodline feud in 2017 Balor. Never mind Rocks. She just walked in. Shucky, ducky, quack, quack. I digress. Yada mean. Roxy is a looker, bro. Roxy's one of my favorites. Michelle with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Hardy Punk. Michelle teased Seth Roman would be cool for our SummerSlam main event. You're looking at the night one main event, in my humble opinion. Yes, GR Gaming now hangs with Ted End and Ricardo. Banished to the Shadow Realm. Never to return. Hardy Punk with a $5 super chat. Finn Ale versus Triple AI. Greater Backlash. Greater Logan Pale executes. Greater Order 69, fuck Triple. Greater produced by Soul Wayne, the Slop Prompston. Brother, are you giving me an AI prompt? No, we don't need any AI slop. The only AI I accept is Fire Ablaze. At least Fire Ablaze has some fucking bangers. Cody Snyder with a $2 super chat. I don't think Logan Paul believes in Joe Hendry. I don't think so either. We don't believe in WWE, TKO, and Logan Paul doesn't believe in Joe Hendry. Hardy Punk, thank you for your super chat. Another $5 super chat. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. 4 letters, 1 word, bringer of war, Rula. Hardy Punk is on whatever Tony Khan is prescribed. I don't know what he's saying. He might be drunk. I don't know. Michael Krause with the $2 super chat. Imagine TKO cut Roman and he ends up in AEW. Well, then they might actually land a TV deal. Let Maine with a $5 super chat. JD, fuck Netflix. They always got a commercial on Roman Reigns' entrance. And does Zilla Fatu show up at Backlash? He has a meet and greet the same day in Tampa. There is a possibility, but he's got a lot of indie commitments. That would suck for Those indie promotions that have Zilla booked this year. Michelle with a $2 super chat. Despite who wins Saturday, the Usos better turn on Roman. Well, they do call Zilla the main one. Maybe he's going to be the new leader of the Bloodline. Or some offshoot faction of the Bloodline. Tony Brown, what's up, brother? 47 months. You're missed when you're not here, brother. And Sol Ruca can get the D. Yeah, she's getting it from Tyler Bate. Thank you, Tony Brown. Sol Ruca is also a lovely lady. Richard Cohn with a 14 months. Hey, JD, me and my wife missed you. Wrestling is getting boring. TKO is fucking the business, but we still love you. You're the best. Yeah. Thank you, Richard. $69 months for my guy, Hurricane. This fucking guy. The fuck is up, JD? 15 pounds down, having an ice cold beverage, not ready for the best show in the IWC. What the fuck are you guys drinking? I love it, man. Thank you, brother. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. JD, no more time off, bro. It's boring with no JD. I don't know what you guys did, man. I really don't know what you guys did in my absence. What did you guys do on Friday? You didn't have me or the Solid Monster on Friday. Neither one of us covered SmackDown. I was where I was, and he was in Los Angeles, holding it down on commentary for HOG. Who did you guys watch? Or maybe you didn't watch anybody. You're better off not watching anybody. There's nobody even close or redeeming on Friday. Who'd you watch? Fightful? I know nobody here watched Fightful. Yes, that's exactly what we want on Friday. Let's watch fucking Kate on Fightful Friday night. Man, get the fuck out of here. Oh, my God. Don Tony. See, that's a good one. That's a good one. Best in the world, Matt with a $2 super chat. I thought John Cena retired last year. Just saying. He did retire, Matt. He's just coming back to take more money from the suckers that sit in attendance. Cody Snyder with a $2 super chat. I'm ready for Friday because I miss Punk. Joe Poe with a $4.99. Hey, JD, RIP to another voice of my childhood, John Sterling, who was also a Brave in the mid-90s. Missed you last Friday, bro. OTS for life. What do you mean? He was also a Braves? Another in the mid-80s? Missed you last Friday, bro. OTS for life. I don't know what John Sterling has to do with the Braves. Might be before my time, or I might not just be aware of that. But John Sterling, the voice of Yankees radio, passed away today. I think he was 88. Man, he was somebody that I always was kind of forced to listen to because my dad was a Yankees fan. So he was always on in the truck when the Yankees games were on WFAN or whatever station they were airing on. His home run call was iconic. He was truly, even though I'm not a Yankees fan, he's a voice that is synonymous with my childhood. Whether it was in my dad's work truck or while I laid in bed. Me and my brother had shared a room. We were both in our beds, and we used to listen to the radio before we went to sleep because we weren't allowed to have the TV on, but my mom allowed us to have the radio on late at night. And we used to listen to the Yankees games. You know? I don't know who they're going to get to replace him, but I know he's never going to ever be replaced. So, I don't know if Michael Kay is still doing the games. But, yeah, man, that's a big loss for the Yankees. Big loss. Baby Shaq with a 48 months. These open challenges are so lame, it probably won't end. 48 months. OTS for life. Thank you, Baby Shaq. That Mustang emote looks good on you, bro. Hologram with 62 months. What the fuck are they doing to Oba and Jacob already? Shout out to Judgment Day's makeup and wardrobe people. Liv and Roxy stole the show. Cena, again, boring AF. Yes, Liv's outfit was a little better than Roxy's, I will say. Thank you, Hologram. Thank you, man. Appreciate you as always. Hardy Punk with a $5 super chat. OTS family is now in Yo City. ATKO. Welcome to Mama JD's Basement Spittery. Brother, I don't know what the fuck you're on tonight, man. Mama JD's Spittery. Mama JD's Basement Spittery. Nobody better be spitting in my basement. Braden with the $2 super chat. Braun Strowman versus Oba would be good. Him too. I mentioned that on TNT. I mentioned that on Tuesday Night Titans on Tuesday with Sol Monster. Braun Strowman. Bring him out. One and done. Pay him to come in, lose, and then goodbye. K-Dot with a $9.99. Sorry to burden you, but my girlfriend broke up with me and I'm crushed. I tried so hard not to break down in tears. This stream is the only thing giving me hope. Please give me some encouragement. I'm empty. We'll play some Red Skies for my guy K-Dot here. K-Dot, I don't know how old you are, bro, but I'm going to assume you're younger than I am. If she broke up with you, bro, that is God, in my opinion. This is God telling you that there is something else that is better for you out there. I firmly believe that. If she broke up with you, she wasn't the one for you. Simple as that. I don't know how long you guys were together, but it's going to be hard. It's going to suck. You're going to cry, and that's all right. Genuinely, that's all right. You know, the one thing that I have come to realize, and it takes a while for people to realize it, is that hurt, disappointment, betrayal, shit like this. The more you get through it, the stronger you are. The stronger you become. So, let it all out. Find things that you like to do. Go for a walk, go to the gym, listen to some music, play some video games with your buddies. Literally, anything that you like to do is going to be difficult, but try your best to continue to do it. And one day, I promise you, you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, I feel good. I feel good. You know, when I was dating, when I was still living in the Bronx, I was dating this girl. And I thought it was like a picture perfect thing. I thought nothing could go wrong. Found out she was cheating on me with someone at her school because, I mean, social media, man, you see everything. So I see a picture of them. I call her out on it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this? Sharing spaghetti like 101 Dalmatians. I'm like, what the fuck? She completely ghosted me after that. It was like in and out. Couldn't get a hold of her. Couldn't get an explanation. She completely, from the woman I met to when I called her out and she got caught, completely, it was like one was a beautiful, respectful, sweet woman, and then I got Satan's spawn at the end of it. Like, I didn't know who I was talking to anymore. After the breakup, I was upset, obviously, right? I went to the gym. I went 5 days a week trying to get myself into better shape because I felt so low about myself. I'm like, what could it possibly be? I don't know what it is. So my best friend said, go to the gym, let it all out. I went to the gym 5 days a week, and I felt better about myself. You eventually move on. You eventually move on, man. Shit like that's going to happen to everybody. Everybody deals with that in their own way. They deal with death in their own way. There is always a light at the end of the tunnel, man. Always. You know, the funny thing about that woman that girl that I had, this was years ago. That girl that I had dated. The month that she broke up with me, or the month, I guess, the month that I found out that she was cheating on me, I had tickets for me and her to go see Miles Kennedy. Because Miles was touring for his Year of the Tiger solo album, his first solo album. I was going to take her to go see Miles Kennedy. And Miles was playing in the... Where was he playing? He was off the... the fuck do they call it? It was somewhere downtown. I don't know if it was the Continental or what. I don't know where he was performing. It was off the West Side Highway. Not too far from the piers. Red Hook District. I don't know where the fuck it, I don't know where it was. By Chelsea Market, somewhere around there. And then I had to go to the show by myself. I had to go to the concert by myself. I'm like, all right, bitch, you lost out. Literally, I wish I could have bottled that fucking concert. So good. So good, man. Oh, well. I still had a good time. That's another one, bro. K-Dot, go to a fucking concert. Go to a show. For Illuminati with the $2 super chat, was Triple H's salary bonus mentioned? No. All they said was that he got a pay raise and he got 3 years. Crazy Men, $2 super chat. Los Garzas should have been with the Vision, not Paul and Theory. I'm surprised that they are still with the WWE. Dingleberry. Another fantastic review. Damn it, I almost take it for granted how difficult it must be to be on the mark 3 or 4 days a week for around a decade. Freaking amazing. Thank you, JD. Thank you, brother. You know, I don't think a lot of people realize how difficult some of this shit is. To be on all the time. Like, bro, I'm physically tired. I don't even think my vacation was legitimately relaxation. How can I relax with fucking family around? Like, I am legitimately just exhausted. Nobody realizes how difficult this shit is. Pow TV with a 199 TKO killing tag teams. They don't want to pay for people to watch one match. No, they don't. They don't want to pay anybody. We got a $4.99 from Sing Bin Dope. Sing Bin Dope. $4.99, no message. Thank you, Sing Bin Dope. Hollywood Guy with a $5 super chat. Has anyone created a search party for the War Raiders? Where the hell are they? Is someone injured? Bro, they'll be cut next. And they'll end up in AEW. Don Stoney with a $5 super chat. If you could only watch one wrestling promotion from here on out, which would it be? Honestly, bro, none of them. None of them. Patriot with a $5 super chat. I don't think Kyrie comes back, but if she does, she might get the R-Truth treatment if she wants her job back. Bro, they're not asking people to take pay cuts and then having Kyrie come back. The whole point of a release is to shed payroll so that the suit and ties could make more money. Oh, the War Raiders are in AAA. Ah, okay. So we're basically turning AAA into the Mexican version of NXT. I see. Indigo with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, welcome back to YouTube. We missed you. Hope you had a good few days off. We're back at it. Another banger stream. Much love, bro. Thank you, Indigo. I appreciate you, man. Captain Solo with a 58 months. Welcome back, JD. You were sorely missed. Was looking forward to your coverage of the WWE releases, OTS for life. Well, hopefully I gave you what you wanted with the New Day. Don Stoney with a $5 super chat. Would you be open to future Forbidden Door shows with Don Tony? Yes, I would. I had a very good time sitting down with him. Whenever he wants me to do something, he knows where to find me. I'll be happy to do anything with him. Captain Solo with a $4 super chat. Thank you, Captain Solo. Chairshot Sports with a $50 super chat. Thank you, Chairshot. Happy Monday, JD. It's been a minute, but your thoughts on if Roman was really to hang it up and go to AEW, would that be a game changer for TK? Have a great night and see you tomorrow for TNT. Yeah, it would. He's the only one. Him and Punk are the only one. Him, Punk, and Cody. But Punk and Cody aren't going back there ever, and Roman is never going to go there. DX Tricksters with a 58 months. How can you even justify asking wrestlers to take a pay cut when they're making record profits? It's the wrestlers and fans that make those profits. Yes. Yes, without the wrestlers, the suit and ties aren't making the money that they're making. Pay your performers and treat them well. And hire a writing team that's actually going to do something for them instead of keeping them fucking sitting around doing nothing only to then run the risk further and run it up higher of getting fired. The reason why some of these talents are in the position that they're in is because the writing team is fucking terrible. Yet the writing team, the head guy's getting a fucking raise and an extra contract extension. How? What has he done? What has he done that determines he gets a raise? If you need to shed 24 talents like that because of reasons for not being used, or there's nothing for them, or they've lost favor with creative, it's your fault. It's your fault. Don Stoney with $5 super chat. I played it for everyone in the inner circle. Long Island and Jersey represent. How the fuck you decide on lonely nights? Because these nights feel lonely, Stoney. When the shows are this bad, they feel lonely. Captain Solo with a $2 super chat. I guess Tamina and Titus are employees for life, yeah? They are. Don Stoney with a $7 super chat. Shout out Sidro. Shout out Hula Grim. Street Fighter with $5 super chat. Didn't Scott Stanford commentate Yankees games back in the day? No one can replace John, but Scott was always great for MLB and WWE. I had no idea. I had no idea that he did Yankees games. Juan Castle with a $4.99. Only way to make Fatu versus Reigns a match is to have Meng himself come out and choke out the tribal chief. TKO, pay the roster, you cheap, dumb fucks. And Don Stoney with a 5. Shout out to Don Tony Wrestling Soup and Spitball Media. Says Don Stoney. Love it. Thank you guys for the great support tonight, man. We need another 60 likes for 1,000. Is it possible? Is it possible for 1,000 likes? I'd love to see it. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Follow me on social media. You guys know where to find me. At JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. And leave a comment. Helps us out tremendously in the YouTube algorithm. Tomorrow, we are live with the coach, Jonathan Coachman, 11:30 Eastern, on his YouTube channel, Behind the Turnbuckle. And then Tuesday night, we got the main event, me and the Solid Monster, 8:30 p.m. Tuesday Night Titans. We got a lot to go over. We're going to talk about the releases. We're going to talk about Raw, SmackDown. We're going to talk about the second week of Darby Allin's title run. And we are going to talk about Backlash predictions. We're going to touch upon the New Day. We're going to go over this AEW story as well that's making the rounds. We got a lot to talk about, and you can expect more content from me this week, man. I'm going to be busy. You're going to get something every day this week. So thank you guys for all the support. Until tomorrow, man, busy Tuesday. Get your rest. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 11:30 with the coach right here for more on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.